Guys, pay attention. Pastor David here, Shion Kenny, doing another video for you today. Guys, this video is about being a real man.
To another level. Let's hit it. To another level.
Be a real man. What am I talking about? We live in a society today that they don't want men to be men. They are trying their best to devalue a man. Every single video, every movie, every single show that's on television has a woman superior to a man. And before we get started, do not comment and send me any nonsense that I'm bashing women, because I'm not. I'm just trying to let you know what is going on and how I see it. I'm not walking on eggshells. I'm not politically correct. I'm just keeping it real. I see it in my dojo. The young men that come here, it is very hard for me to work with them the way I want to work with them, because they're not used to being pushed that way. Because in school and society, they're softening them down and trying to make young boys no longer young men. Kenny, you are a father. I'm asking you a question. Do you see what I see?
Absolutely. I've seen it for years. You know, there's nothing more valuable in a child's life than a father for certain things. There's a nonverbal exchange that a father has with his child that is just, you can't deny it. And when it's missing, you can see it a mile away in a child. And we see it so much in our kids today. The lack of fathers that are in their lives, because it's an energy. It's a masculine energy that's needed. Just like you need a mother's energy for certain things, you need a father to be in that child's life.
Guys, let me tell you something. Let me give you an example. They just made a movie about Black Panther, okay? And if I'm not mistaken, the title of that movie was King...
Wakanda Forever.
Well, King Queens.
That was a different movie.
What was the name of that movie? Queen Women or something? Woman King.
Woman King.
It was Woman King. Now, it was a good movie. I'm not bashing the movie. The women were superior and they did an excellent job as warriors in the movie. But I'm asking you a question. Why couldn't they call the movie Women Warriors? Why did they have to call it Women King?
Let's keep it real, guys.
Okay.
We're not gonna be not gonna be politically correct. Let's keep it 100, as they say on the streets. You know,
a king is a man.
A woman can't be a king, just like a man can't be a queen.
Okay? There's no King Elizabeth. It's Queen Elizabeth. Okay? There's King Charles, Queen Elizabeth. The movie would have been just as good, just as successful if they would have named it Lady Warriors, Woman Warriors. Would have took away nothing. But they do that so people like Kenny's son, who goes to the movies, don't understand that a man can be strong and be a good person and be a good guy too. All this political correctness, guys, is messing up these kids. These kids are growing up soft. These kids are growing up in a way where the society is telling them not to be strong men. We need strong men. We need them. We need them. You see these boys that are out here mugging, robbing, beating people over the head, taking girls in the street, punching them in the face? Those are weak boys, weak men that were not raised with a strong household, a strong mother and a strong father. That's why they don't have the discipline, the respect that they should have. Because there was nobody, no tough man in their life when they started to go off course to snatch them up and teach them to do the right thing.
And understand something, folks. Being a man and masculinity has nothing to do with oppressing anybody or making anybody feel bad or punishing. No. That's not what it's about. So this whole idea about toxic masculinity, that's garbage, okay? True masculinity, there's nothing toxic about it. It directs, it develops, okay? It holds accountable, it nurtures, it builds. That's what real masculinity does. And we need more people out here championing that.
It's very important for you to understand. If these young men out here don't have real men in their lives, they're screwed. And you can say what you want, but if they don't have real men, real good men in their lives, I'm telling you what's going to happen. They're going to be screwed up on drugs, alcohol, every other substance. They're going to be beating me and you in the head when we're old because they got no damn respect. There's nobody there to straighten them out. That's what's going to happen to them. And you have them soft, and this is something that's going to piss some of you off, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you have a soft young man, all you're doing is putting him in a position for some woman to destroy him in the future. Talk down to him. He has no self-esteem. Okay? He doesn't feel good about himself. And some woman is going to be out there, not a good woman. Because just like you got weak men, you got bad women. Behind every bad man is a bad woman. Behind every good man is a good woman. Trust me, I see it in my own school. I got great fathers that come here. Great fathers that do all they can for their children. I see the mothers that come here. They want their sons, if they're a single parent, to have a man's input because they know the value of a strong character, a strong man in their son's life. It matters. I got parents here, men and ladies right here, both parents. I look at their kids, they're well-rounded because they got two people in their lives that love them, care about them, and matter. And somebody got to be the yin and the yang. You think the yin and the yang don't matter? Tell you a real quick story. Okay? Derek Jeter. Okay, when he was in spring training camp, it's in the movie. He was about to leave training camp because he wasn't doing well. Called up his mother and said, "Mom, too much for me. I'm not doing well. I want out." The mom said, "Come home." The father said, whoa, heard the conversation? Said, "No, this builds character. Character. Let him stay there. Don't give him a way out." And if they did not do that, you wouldn't have a 5-time World Series champion. You wouldn't have an all-star. How many times he went to the all-star team? He wouldn't be the man that he is. He wouldn't be the one that when you think of clean Yankee, clean cut Yankee, you think of Derek Jeter. That man would not exist if his father didn't make that call and say, "Hey, it builds character. Let him stay there and go through the hard times." Okay? Serena and Venus wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the dad who pushed them every day, had the vision, had an idea. Maybe, even though these girls don't have the resources, I'm going to take used equipment and I'm going to make it work for my girls. And don't tell me about his father. His father was just a father. The hell with that. His father made them. Okay? Custom model. Mike Tyson was all over the place until he had a good man. He wasn't even a man of the same race. He was a man of an opposite race. He was Italian, helping this little black boy. But Mike Tyson will be the first one to tell you, he was my father. He adopted me. Without Cus, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. Okay? So don't tell me about no color. All right? Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5. There wouldn't be no Jackson 5 if it wasn't for Joe Jackson. I don't care how much of a whole chaser he was. He made the Jackson 5. The mother said he pushed him too hard. They didn't have a childhood. Okay? What would you rather do? Play in the park? Run around and play on the swings? Or be the Jackson 5? They could lie to you and tell you, "Oh, yeah, I never child." No. That whole family is straight. Their grandkids are straight. Their grandkids' kids are straight because of Joe Jackson. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. Who was it that he did everything he did for? Who was it? We all know it. We all seen it. We all see the pictures, see the sign. It was his father. Okay? Don't tell me men don't make a difference. Tiger Woods. Would it be Tiger Woods if it wasn't for his father? So we need good men. And I got a question for you men. One question for you men. And I got a question for you mothers. Are you raising your son in such a way that you say to yourself, you want your daughter to date your son? Think about that. You mothers who got girls, are you raising these girls in such a way that you would want your daughter to be married to such a person like that? How are you raising it? Kenny talks about his son all the time. Kenny talks to me. Don't you tell your son all the time? It matters.
It matters. It matters. I teach him all the time what values that he should be looking for, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Standards. There are standards, and this is what a father brings to the table. One of the many things is to boundaries and standards. What's going to be acceptable in your life?
You need to understand that, people, because some of you men, you ain't marrying material. Some of you fathers out there ain't marrying material. Some of you fathers, you wouldn't want your daughter to marry you. And if you are one of those fathers, you need to get your act together, because we need good men. That's why women think that men ain't shit, because we don't have good men. You hear them say it all the time. There ain't too many good men out there. Okay? There ain't too many good men out there. All the good men are taken, and all the other men ain't straight. How many times you hear that? You hear it all the time. And you ladies, when you find a good man, hold on to him, because they need you.
Remember, that man that you say is not good, he was a boy at one time.
That's
right.
right.
If you don't have the right things that are being poured into him, he's not going to be that good man that somebody's looking for. So my point is that we need to start nurturing these boys from when they are boys. All right. If they need father figures, actively go search for them. All right. If they have fathers, encourage them, do whatever we can. Fathers, if you're not in your kid's life, make that change so that you are there, so that when they become adults, they can be functional men in this society, because it's so needed, so needed.
So guys, we could go on and on and on about this, because we talk about this all the time. Okay? The reality is this. Men are valuable. Good men are needed. These young boys that are going out here doing all this anarchy you see that's happening today, crime wave is up, guys killing each other because they got no principles, they got no morals, they got no values. Where did they learn that? They didn't learn it from nowhere, because they don't have any. So we need good, responsible parents. Women who are single mothers, try to find a good role model to help you raise your young son to be a good man. And you guys, the same thing. You see these ladies out here, don't disrespect them, okay? Don't disrespect them, because they need help raising these young men. So keep it real and do the right thing.
Don't forget, guys, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Hit the notification bell. We will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
To another level.